The Blazing Sun got a whole bunch of buffs recently in version 50.0, so I want to see if it's a very good tower now. I'm going to be pairing it with the Glaive Lord, which is going to be a very good combination, and they're going to complement each other very well. So let's take this on Flooded Valley Chimps and see. Here are all of the changes that the Desperado got in version 50.0 if you want to just pause and see that. Generally, it's just more damage. That's what it's going to be doing. So I'm excited to see what this is going to be looking like, and especially with the bug fix from when it got released, it's going to be a lot stronger than the state of which the Blazing Sun was released, which was a kind of big joke, but now I'm excited to see what it's going to be looking at. And I want to do this before I put out the strategy series videos on the Desperado. On top of this, I also want to try out another strategy which involves using the final harmonic, which should be fixed now, which is going to be really nice. So I'm just going to be setting it off here by going for Psy, and then I'll be actually getting a 023 sub so I can go into the Arctic Wind, and then that will allow me to build into the Glaive Lord and Desperado pretty easily. So that's going to be really cool. It's really nice that we can now place the ice monkeys on water, so I can do strategies like this on a map like Flooded Valley, which I wasn't able to do before. There wasn't really any other great maps in the expert selection for Glaive Lord, and that was really a tower that I wanted to use it with. I could have used it with Prince of Darkness on some stuff, but I've done a lot of stuff where I clutched out Prince of Darkness and Azili so hard that I wanted to try to change things up a little bit, along with Bloons TD too. The tier 4 is also a lot stronger, which I noticed. It's a pretty good tower in the mid game, but it isn't the craziest thing ever. For its price though, I'd say it's still really good, and you could use it to get some extra Moab damage to save up. The nice thing is that it won't miss. It's kind of like the sniper, comparable to a 204 sniper in a way, but it's got some more concentrated damage, and if you can get a good placement where it's far away from the track, a 420 Desperado can really do a great amount of damage in the mid game. Very map dependent though. I tried to get it as far away as possible here, but unfortunately that didn't really work because I needed something to take out some of those early camos and help Psy out. So the cheapest thing would be to use the Desperado, and I had to put a little bit closer to be able to beat round 33. Because of this, I actually could have optimized stuff a little bit better, had the ice closer up, which would help slow ceramics in the range of Glaive Lord, which might be able to cut out a little bit of stuff, but that is something that would, if it does save stuff, it would be a very minimal amount of cash saved. Would certainly help though, so that's something that could be fixed and optimized if I were to do an optimization run of this. Other than that, I'm able to get the Glaive Lord fairly easily. I get the Blazing Sun first, which is because I can't really save up for the Glaive Lord, especially as the map is this difficult, and this will allow me to plow through a lot of stuff. The interesting thing is that you would consider the Blazing Sun to be single target damage, but I'd say it's honestly best in the mid game. It's kind of like Crossbow Master in a way, even though that their stats aren't really the same. They're both really cheap towers and have some excellent prowess in the mid game while still being able to offer some help in the late game. However, they don't really handle all of their weight in the late game and are going to need some support or paired up with another tower that does kind of part of the job while offering some other part of the job in the mix too, to be able to really deal all of the damage needed in that certain area. For Glaive Lord, that's being like medium range, so kind of Pierce, Moabs, BFBs, that area, and for the Desperado, that would be single target damage, or I mean the Blazing Sun more specifically. It can't do all of the single target damage, but it's pretty cheap and you can use it really well in the mid game, so you could find some ways to move it in. Really weird if you don't understand what I'm saying. I guess that's fine, but in a way it's kind of similar to the Crossbow Master. I want to say the buffs definitely do help, but overall I don't think it's the greatest thing ever. I'm gonna give it a pretty rating. It's decent, you can use it definitely, but it's not going to be like something that's going to be changing up the meta. I definitely could find combinations to use Glaive Lord here that would be a lot cheaper than using the Blazing Sun. Going into the late game, everything was working out pretty well. I just need to get a Sabo to be able to take out some of these DDTs, as Blazing Sun does not have normal type damage. I think that the Blazing Sun would be very well off and decently balanced if it was given normal type damage, so it would be able to do stuff to the DDTs. But other than that, I guess it's alright at taking stuff out. It will help out a lot with Psy by being able to nuke a lot of rounds, like 98. I can have it on strong and then use Psy Scream when all of these ZOMGs go down, and then bring it over to first to help do some cleanup. But it didn't really take out all the ZOMGs, as you can see. I was able to get some luck and take out the other ones just with the power of the Glaive Lord, and you'll see I'm starting to rack up some cash spare. I did make one giant mistake, I would say, in this run, and that is getting first strike. That is not actually optimal. I actually even needed more around 100 damage after that. On Flood Valley, the Spike Storm is very powerful, and with the Desperado it should be able to do the rest of the damage. But also on top of that, I could have tried doing stuff with the 240 Desperado on top of the Blazing Sun, because it will mark the balloons and make the Desperado Blazing Sun do a lot more damage, which might have been good. I was able to just use first strike there to bypass the DDTs, which I guess is kind of a big deal, but I really feel like that isn't the most optimal thing, and with some quick tests in Sandbox, it kind of showed that was right. So I could have changed little things to get a little bit more cash spare, but this is a pretty decent amount. I'd say that the Desperado is an alright tower. It's got enough damage for it to be able to do stuff well in the mid game and help out in the late game. I would just like to see it get normal type damage.
Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!